I was asked to explain Lesson 9 and 10 in ENG4C, so here we go. Lesson 9 is about making inferences in reading. Inferences are very similar to what we did in the last lesson, which is you're making predictions. An inference is to guess based on the facts that you have. So let's say that the example here is a doctor inferences when she reviews a patient's symptoms. So if you have a fever, if you have a dry cough, and you have maybe a rash, then the doctor will have to infer that you have an illness, and he'll have to diagnose that illness. He'll have to give a label to the illness. Maybe you have the flu. Hopefully not. A mechanic does the same thing. When he hears noises, he has to infer. Maybe the oil needs to be changed. A police officer makes inferences based on what he or she sees. So maybe there's fingerprints, and a trail of blood or something. Hopefully not, but so they will make inferences and they will make a good guess. So an inference is about making a guess. Prediction is about making a guess about the future based on what you know today. So you're going to make inferences while reading this story. So this is a short story. It's called The King of Beasts. Okay. Now this is a science fiction, which means that it will use imagination, but also it will be based on things that are true today. So I'm just going to give an introduction. So a king of beasts. So what's a king? A king means the ruler, right? Beasts, what's beasts? Beasts are animals, okay? So we usually think of beasts as non-human animals, but of course humans are animals. And right now, humans are the king of beasts. Humans are at the top of the food chain. They're the most powerful. And right now we're also changing the environment. Very quickly, we're making species go extinct. Extinct means to make them dead forever. I think it's at a rate of 10,000 a year. We're also making the planet warmer, and the warmer it gets, the less likely that we will have a planet to live on, and many animals are going extinct because they cannot live in warmer environments. So as you're reading, there's going to be some words here that are going to be quite challenging. So I see the quagga. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to right click, I'm going to copy, and then I'm going to paste and search for quagga. And I see there's a quagga. Wow, what an interesting animal. A quagga was a subspecies of zebra. So it was a type of zebra with white legs and a brown behind. But it's not a zebra, and it's extinct. It was extinct, went extinct about just over 100 years ago because of humans. Humans took their land away, and now they're gone. These are some other animals. You're going to see the dodo. The dodo is an animal that's no longer alive. All of these animals are now, or most of them are gone. This dodo is a famous animal because there were many of them on an island, and they were really easy to catch because they had no enemies. So humans just took them, killed them, and ate them, and they eventually killed and ate all of them. So now they're all gone. And there's just a few that are in a museum where they managed to get the feathers and the bones and recreated it. So this story is about this recreation as well. So you will notice that there's some high-level language as well, like the quagga wheeled and galloped. The quagga wheeled, this means the quagga turned and ran. Gallop means to run. Delight and sun flashed off its flanks. Delight means happiness, and the sun flashed, made a lot of light off its flanks. The flanks are its behind, its bum. The sea otter, if you don't know a sea otter is an animal that lives in the water. The gorilla, we know the sea otters are alive today. Gorillas are alive today, but they're also dying. Passenger pigeons are no longer alive. That's a famous story. Again, you could copy and you could look up the passenger pigeon. Passenger pigeon is extinct. There we go. So this is what the bird used to look like back in the day, 100 years ago. This is what the skies look like. There were so many passenger pigeons that people just go out and shoot and eat them. And people thought, wow, there's so many of them, we can just shoot, kill, and nothing will change. But eventually, the last one was killed, and now there are no more. But here, the passenger pigeons are alive. How is that possible? Is it in the future or the past? I'm going to let you decide. The rhinoceros. This is another animal that some species have gone extinct. There's only not many left. A giraffe, that's an animal with a long neck. They're in trouble too. There's the dodo we just talked about, the bird that went extinct, the big one that people would just take and eat. You love animals. For recreation, ooh, that's a very important word. Recreation. Recreation. So create means to make. Recreate means to make again, because re means again, like recycle. So they've made them again. Ah, interesting. The chicks of the giant moa, there's another animal that's extinct. Tiger cubs, we know tigers, there still are tigers, but there's many that have gone extinct. And if we don't stop taking their land, they will also go extinct. Then so they're looking at all these animals that were extinct and now they're not. And they're saying, what's this animal in the last of the tanks? There's just one. Poor little thing. What is this animal? Is it so dangerous? Worse than elephants, tigers, and bears? What could be more dangerous than those animals? I had to get special permission to grow this one. So this one was grown, so that means that there are no more of these animals. Then it must be, but you wouldn't dare. Oh, what is it? It's a man. Oh my gosh. So what does that mean for man? Man, man and woman, mankind, humans. I'm going to let you guess that. So you're going to answer these questions. Last specimen. Specimen is an animal. Then you're going to watch this video, summarize the video in 5 sentences. Question 7 is, what is this video about? Or sorry, what is this story about, and how does this Anthropocene idea relate to it? So the Anthropocene, I think it'll be quite obvious to you that this story is about extinction, and the Anthropocene is also about extinction. And you're going to make some, you're going to say, how did this writer who made this story gather his evidence? What supporting evidence did the writer have? And what is the message for the audience of today? You're the audience of today. You're reading it right now, and you're supposed to learn something from this story. Then the last question, you're just going to define extinction, Anthropocene, and overpopulation. All right, so that's lesson 9.